see me, and this is a collective reading, so please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. So, there's a very firm, solid energy today that feels like a boundary being drawn in the sand. And right now, the word coming through is standards. I'm also hearing that you are teaching the world how to treat you by what you no longer accept. Let's see how this shift is protecting your energy and what other messages are coming through. So, yeah, starting off, okay, there's some sort of masquerade vibe coming through here. Something about you hiding your true intentions, maybe your true self, okay? There's some sort of projection in place. Maybe you feel a certain way, but you're just kind of coming off in a different way than what you actually feel, perhaps, okay? Maybe it has something to do with the situation that you're in, because it's like you have standards now, okay? You have boundaries, and it feels as though people try to perhaps set, I don't know why, set limits for you, try to be domineering with their toxic patterns, is kind of what that sounds like, okay? Because in this starting position, okay, with the moon, Pisces energy, okay, there was some sort of illusions, something unseen. Maybe you didn't know who to trust or who was really real or authentic in your atmosphere. But like you're still using your intuition, you're still dreaming about the future of your connections, but there's still some fear in that. Maybe people don't want you to know their true self, okay? Maybe everyone's just kind of masquerading around. Perhaps that's probably what I'm hearing and sensing with that energy, okay? Um, and yeah, Nine of Swords energy though, like it's like you've had to put up with a lot of like craziness is what it sounds like, okay? I don't know what it is, but just like the throat chakra these days, something to do with just like it's like you're like holding back as well. Perhaps what you're saying, what you're talking about, okay, what you want to say, maybe you're holding back something, okay? Because you're being really resilient in your environment. It's like you have to protect yourself so much, like you have to grin and bear it. And it's like it feels so like such sad energy, okay? It's like you want to be this like Six of Cups energy where you want to be kind, you want to be nostalgic, you want to have innocence, okay? But this reality of knowing that you are this person has placed you like maybe it's put you in this mindset of like you need to protect yourself, or maybe you were placed in this environment where you have to protect your innocence, you have to protect your kindness because people were taking it for granted, okay? Is what I'm hearing. It's like you have to hide certain aspects of yourself, okay? Queen of Swords, it feels very much like you have to use your discernment. It's like you know that there's truths in the matter. People want what they want and they're going to do whatever they can to get it kind of thing. And it's like you're now using your discernment. You're being honest with yourself. You have the clarity you need. It's like you know who your enemies are and you're just kind of masquerading almost like trying to play fox or be coy with how you really feel about them, knowing that perhaps they probably backstabbed you, maybe, try to make you a subordinate, try to dominate your energy, maybe, okay, because you have standards now after everything that they put you up against, okay. It's like it taught you what you will no longer accept in this reality. It's like you have limits. You're setting those limits now, and it's changing things around you. Yeah, justice is being served, okay? Justice is coming in very swiftly, is what I heard, okay? Something to do with like now that justice is now in this like hidden influences, hidden motives, okay? It's like people in the background saw that people were trying to dominate you, okay, in some way, give you low level treatments, okay? Now that you have these non negotiable standards, okay, it's like you've created some sort of protective shield around you. It's ensuring that, like, you're not being dominated by these toxic patterns again. You're not letting people step over you or step. I heard, like, I don't know what it is. Something about stepping on eggshells. Like, you're not worried about stepping on eggshells. You're just going to be open and honest with certain situations. Might even be holding on, okay, to certain situations just with a heavy stance, okay? Definitely getting that vibe, okay? Yeah, 'cause it's like Four of Swords. It's like you're recovering from all of this, okay? You're recovering from instances that kind of just made you feel like you had to. I don't know why. It just feels like you were just putting up with a lot, okay? Like you were just going through the motions perhaps at one point because things were very. I don't know why. It's like it just feels a lot of deceit, a lot of hidden motives, okay? Because we get Seven of Wands, Five of Swords, okay? It's like a lot of ego battles, a lot of hollow victories. It's like you really came out of something, but it's like who really won at the end of the day? You know what I mean? It's kind of like what I get from that. I do feel like, despite the fact that people try to, yeah, Two of Cups, like these relationships, these connections, these partnerships try to kind of like create some sort of, I don't know why, it feels like upheaval, like conflict, like unnecessary conflict of some kinds, okay? It's like, it feels very almost like childish, it feels like, you know? It's like, why create disharmony when someone's already being and treating you so well, you know? It's like they were, it's like they were maybe maybe thinking that you were inauthentic, maybe not genuine in a situation, okay? Maybe they felt like they wanted to one up you, maybe. Okay, they probably masquerading around, okay? Maybe they thought you were hiding your true self. You might be protecting yourself, okay? You might just be you might just be trying to, I don't know, not really show all your cards, okay? Um, Five of Cups, Two of Cups, okay? Definitely gives this vibe where it's just like this environment definitely disappointed you, okay? It's like you really poured your heart out to people, okay? You were really open, you were really loving. Um, and it's like now that you can pick up and go, you can now start new relationships, new connections as well. It's like the skills are being balanced, but it's like you're leaving these people behind, okay? And it's like I feel like they're gonna feel regretful, okay? That's what I think. I think they're gonna be like almost like upset that they didn't treat you properly. And when this new thing comes in for them, maybe this new person comes in, they're gonna realize what they had with you and they're like, what is it? What do they call it? Where it's like you people don't realize what they had until it's gone kind of thing, okay? And so as you're pushing forward, you're ready to just go back into your planning phase, okay? Being a visionary, planning out the potential choices of your future, okay, with these new connections. And I'm also getting a vibe where it's like, yeah, a lot of people are gonna be feeling almost like tempted too. It definitely feels like there's gonna be a lot of wishy-washy environments. Okay, like people are gonna try to pull you back in through temptation, through attachment, shadow bonds. Okay, chains. Like they're gonna try to figure out how they can overstep your boundaries, create havoc in the background that you might not be fully aware of. Okay, universe just says, you know, maintain your standards, maintain your boundaries. It feels like with your boundary setting, like people are still going to try to cross your boundaries and try to see how they can create havoc because you have boundaries. You know what I mean? So it's like being mindful of that because even in like a work environment, people you can like set your boundaries and people will be like, "Oh no, this is what I need from you. I need to have this, this, and that," and they'll think, "Oh, you're not collaborative anymore because you're not doing XYZ thing that they want, right?" So it's like you kind of have to find a balance so that you kind of appease them for a short period of time before you step into your next journey kind of thing. When you go into these new partnerships, okay, it's almost like being with an employer or with like a friend and it's like everything's the jig is up. You're ready to set sail, right, on this new opportunity, this new friendship, this new whatever, right? And so it's like you kind of have to appease them so they don't know your every move so that when you depart it's kind of like you can just like let go and withdraw from them completely. They'll just be like unaware of it, almost like it's just like, oh, it's so sad to see you go kind of thing, but they knew what they were doing, you know what I mean? But yeah, let's check in to see what that final outcome is all about in terms of these attachments, okay? Um, it's crazy. I'm getting like, I don't know why. I heard the word goosebumps for some reason. Okay, my my head was scratching. I was scratching my head, and I'm just like. It's like kind of gives you like makes you kind of think about something. Like they're gonna be scratching their heads, and like they're gonna be. I heard like scratching their heads. So there's probably multiple people involved, and what they're gonna be doing is like thinking about, did we really win out of all this? Because it doesn't feel like it, and they're gonna be feeling goosebumps about like everything that went down. Okay, and it's like, ooh, it's like it's like what they try to put place on you or say about you is like irrelevant, and it's like they're scratching their head trying to figure out what went wrong. You know what I mean? It's like that's the vibe I'm getting because you have freedom now. You have self worth. You have pride. It's like what they try to do is try to diminish you and like have you almost second guessing yourself and second guessing your worth. But in an actuality, by them trying to impede on your values, trying to dominate the situation, trying to keep you bonded in the situation, it's like you are finding your freedom, okay? And you're like, in this final outcome of the devil, like, you're releasing attachments while they're still in this envious. It's like they're, I feel so bad because at the end of the day, they're still going to try to latch onto other people and try to create havoc for you. But it's like you have to just like release and find your own self worth and like step away because it says value your worth and step away from pleasing others is going to be really important here with that cat energy. Okay. And ticks and decisions. Okay. Kind of gives me like ticks that kind of like stick on animals. Okay. Like maybe like sea creatures or dogs or cats or mammals of some kind. Okay. Something to do with that energy. Okay. Universe wants me to take this. So yeah, something to do with Five of Wands energy. Okay. Something to do with like people are going to be fighting, okay? And the countdown urges choose wisely before the weekend. So it's like there's going to be battles in the mist. So you just have to kind of be like really firm about your standards, okay? Like stating your boundaries. By you stating your boundaries and your standards, you put yourself in a place of power. You know what I mean? Okay. And so by doing so, you will go into some sort of embrace, okay, toward a new start. You're going to be letting go of old doubts that were placed upon you that you felt in response to the doubts that were placed on you, or even just like some sort of like isolation, okay? You're going to be removing that away from yourself, okay? And you're just going to be having like, it's like let old doubts rest in the quiet glow. It's like, wow, it feels so eerie. It's almost like looking after traversing down a shadowy tunnel. When you reach the end of the tunnel and there's a bright light, you look back and you see the tunnel is like dark. It's just pure dark, and ahead of you is light. That's the vibe, you know what I mean? It's like things are going to be warming up for you and glowing immensely. And there's also a well aimed blow is worth 100 random strikes. Know exactly where to apply your force. Exactly. It's like you know where to look, you know what to do, okay? When people try to bond you and try to place burdens on you, kind of like be really meticulous about it. I guess this is why we got the masquerade. You're going to be hiding your true self, your true identity for a brief moment in time because what's being projected at you, you're trying to almost like dodge it. You know what I mean? It's like you don't want people to know that you're on to them, that you know exactly what's going on. You're stating like it's like you're stating your boundaries internally, but when it's time, you'll be able to do that externally as well. And it's like people are no longer going to be able to treat you the way that they did before, and they have to accept that. So it's because you have standards now, and you fought a good fight, and you won. Is what I'm hearing. Okay. So yeah, these are all the messages that I have for you today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If this reading resonated, consider showing your support by subscribing, liking the video, and leaving a comment down below. I truly appreciate it. And until next time, trust your path and let the universe work its magic.